Portugal, there's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need to know.
Hola, bon dia, alegria, Munson here with the Good Morning Portugal show, the live stream, the podcast, and of course the Portugal Club. Good morning, you lovely gumper. How are you this morning? Do let me know in the chat if you will. 8:30 this morning, we'll be joined by Raquel and Nuno. Nuno, manager of Winsurance, and Raquel of Lighthouse Consulting, of course. And I think we'll begin the show this morning with a thank you to Robert Redford, who passed in his home in Utah, I understand, in the last 24 hours or so. Oh, Mel, I didn't think you'd be here this morning. I thought you might be having a nice lie-in. It looked like the Cat Empire gig was fantastic, so I hope you had a fantastic time in the capital at the Sagres Campo Pequeno Stadium. What was it like as a venue? And was it good to catch up with your pals, the Cat Empire, all the way from Australia, just like you are, and having a great time, stirring things up in the capital of Portugal last night. One day, I think. Who else is coming to Portugal? Are there any big bands that you're aware of coming to Portugal soon? Do let me know. Let's play their music. And good morning to you as well, Mike, of course, who sent in a couple of requests yesterday. Weren't able to attend to those, but we'll do those today. Midnight Oil, the Beach Boys. But before we get into those, let's play, I think, a little bit of Marvin Hamlish by way of a thank you to the wonderful work and contributions for which we're most grateful from Robert Redford, the great, one of the last of the greats of that particular era, right? And from The Sting, The Entertainer. Everybody knows this one, do they not? Marvin Hamlish, The Entertainer, from The Sting, the soundtrack thereof. Oh, you're kidding me. But all right, okay. Not this again, but I always find out if you're there or not. So let's. I don't think I'll say anything today. Oh, that idiot's not playing the music again. Let's do that again. Was I coughing, burping, or doing anything of that sort instead of you hearing music? Here you go. Let's see if we can hear it in its full glory again. From the top, if you don't mind, Marvin Hamlish, please. The Sting. This is the movie, and the tune is The Entertainer. Let me know if you can hear it this time, if you will, please. Thank God for that. that. Sustained note at the end there. Wonderful. Thank you very much for your memories that you've shared there, everybody. With Joao Ernesto letting us know that. What's that, Joao? I have fond memories of pretending to play this on an old player piano at my aunt's house. Isn't that lovely? Scott Joplin. Yes, I think probably the version that made it into the charts was Scott Joplin's playing, written by Marvin Hamlish in the first place, I believe, who was behind the soundtrack of The Sting, in which Robert Redford and Paul Newman, right, in that movie. Marvin Frederick Hamlish, American composer and conductor. He's an EGOT, one of the handful of people to win an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and Tony Award. And those people are dubbed EGOTs, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. He composed he and Richard Rodgers are the only people to have won those prizes and a Pulitzer Prize as well. So he was... he was born in Manhattan to Viennese-born Jewish parents Lily and Max. Father was an accordionist who grew up with music. Child prodigy. By age 5, just like you, John, playing the piano at your aunt's house, he began mimicking the piano music he heard on the radio, perhaps with a little more success. A few months before he turned 7, he was accepted into what is now the Juilliard School for a pre-college division. His favourite musicals growing up were My Fair Lady, Gypsy, West Side Story, and Bye Bye Birdie. Superb. Okay, so let's return to Robert Redford, American actor, of course, and filmmaker as well as actor, received numerous accolades, including an Academy Award, a BAFTA Award, 5 Golden Globe Awards. You've got to move house, haven't you, once you start becoming a successful actor, just to house all these awards that you keep getting. 1996 Screen Actors Guild Life Achievement Award. 2002 Academy. I want to say Academy. Academy, like when you say Canada instead of Canada. Academy Honorary Award and the Kennedy Center Honors in 2005. The 2016 Presidential Medal of Freedom. He was well loved, was he not? And the 2019 Honorary César. He was named by Time, the magazine presumably, as one of the 100 most influential people in the world in 2014, and started his career in Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Do you remember those? My name's Alfred Hitchcock. The Twilight Zone as well, beginning his career in those marvellous productions. Wow. So celebrating and being thankful for the life of Charles Robert Redford Jr., better known as Robert Redford in the cinema. Born 1936, August the 18th to be exact. Great memories, I think, as well for Mel. Your mum sounds like such a character, Mel, after hearing about her winemaking efforts yesterday. Yep, love this. My mum used to play it on a friend's pianola as well. How lovely. Morning to you, Adrian. Yes, might have to find out more about Scott Joplin as well. Lots of people played this on a school piano, including classmate Pierre Pumorgan. Wow, what did he go on to do? Sounds like he needs to be a newsreader or a journalist with a name like that. Matty, good morning to you. Bom dia, alegria a todos. E feliz quarta-feira. Right, talking of language and culture then, how about we go take a look at the Portuguese citizenship test question 12, which is on your screen now. Before we do that, speaking of speaking Portuguese, there was something I meant to share with you. This from our friend and mentor and shining star example of grasping and learning the Portuguese language. I meet a lot of foreigners, says Pam, over in Alcobaça, where there's a big soup festival about to happen as well. We've got the triathlon here in San Martín de Porto this weekend, and a soup festival, I think, over there in Alcobaça this weekend. I've got a poster for that somewhere. I meet a lot of foreigners living in Alcobaça, says Pam, and a lot of them have done some Portuguese study, but not many of them speak Portuguese. It's interesting, isn't it, this conundrum, this irony. Paradox, you might say. I asked AI what is the key to achieving fluency, and it said, the key to language fluency is consistent daily active engagement with the language, primarily through immersion and speaking practice combined with focused efforts on pronunciation and understanding native rhythm and intonation. Now we have 2 native speakers joining us at 8:30 if you want to quiz them about any aspect of the Portuguese language or culture. Raquel and Nuno joining us at 8:30. Consistently practicing speaking and listening, surrounding yourself with authentic language materials, and training your brain to think directly in the target language are crucial for developing conversational confidence and flexibility. And this is why my plans to become an Uber driver are making more and more sense. I'll learn the language, won't I, by you can't get more immersed than sitting in a taxi with a Portuguese person, I suspect, who's trying to tell you where they want to go, perhaps with some urgency. I'm going off the idea now. I've set up a group to provide people with an encouraging place to practice speaking, says Pam, but people still say they don't think their Portuguese is good enough. How is it going to get better without practice, says Pam. Anyway, this group exists for now. If you do want to practice, I think there's a bit of frustration here that no one's coming along. It's such a great service. Well done, Pam. I can put you in touch. I think we've got a connection, a listing for it in the Portugal Club, actually, for the practice Portuguese conversational group that Pam runs. So if you do want to practice and know a bit of Portuguese, please try to come along, as it won't survive without more participants. Feeling hopeful at that point. I wonder if that's improved. Somebody dropping the poo this morning, or the pew, I should say. Did he get a bit of a ribbing at school as well, Adrian, by any chance, with a name like that? Sometimes it's more difficult. I mean, I think I can speak on this, given that I have the names Carl and Munson, which are both terms of derision, it turns out. But some suffer more than others, do they not, at school? Middle name of Fell as well. What were my parents thinking? Carl fell down. Yes, he dropped the pew. Who doesn't like to drop the pew first thing in the morning? And a nice guest, thank you very much for that on the Portuguese citizenship test question this morning as well, Adrian. What's his full name? I'm trying to find that. And do you remember? Is it online? What, the group? Yes, you don't have to go along to it. It's like a Zoom call. Right. Piers Morgan. Is it? So it's him. Piers Morgan. You went to school with Piers Morgan, is that right? The pompous oaf. That is Piers Morgan. Sorry, that's a bit unkind, isn't it? But he does put himself, I mean, just like me, he puts himself up there for comment and judgment, and I just did it. Is it really the Piers Morgan that you went to school with? Where was that then, Adrian? Right, okay, more music then. I've redeemed myself after just slagging off Piers Morgan, and change the subject completely, and we'll do the Portuguese citizenship test number 12 after we've heard from the Beach Boys. Hopefully you can hear it this time, and the brilliant sounds, the pet sounds, and the way the sunlight plays. Hold on a minute, there's something wrong with the playback, isn't it? You've got to hear the opening, haven't you, of the Beach Boys? There we go. No, that's not it. This might be. There you go. I love the colorful clothes she wears, and the way the sunlight plays upon her hair. I hear the sound of a gentle word on the wind that lifts her perfume through the air. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. Good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. Good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. Close my eyes. She's somehow closer now. Softly smile, I know she must be kind. In her eyes, she goes with me to a blossom room. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me excitations. Good vibrations. Excitations. Good vibrations. Excitations.
keep those loving good vibrations are happening with her. Gotta keep those loving good vibrations are happening with her. Gotta keep those loving good vibrations.
Oh yes, very, very good. I'm surprised that we haven't played the Beach Boys yet, have we, in our musical journey? In the mornings on the Good Morning Portugal show. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Coach Turner's here now. Bom dia todos. E feliz quarta. He's going to be with us on... he doesn't like a good vibration first thing in the morning. And Sarah, what a beautiful picture you posted on Facebook this morning. May I show that? It was absolutely delightful. Great gratitude on the dawn, I think, this morning. Oh, some Johnny Hates Jazz as well. Shattered Dreams. Okay. Hopefully nothing meant by that, João Ernesto de Norte. So yes, Johnny Hates Jazz, we'll come to that, and a Midnight Oil tune chosen by Mike. Thank you for that request there, Mike, for Good Vibrations. Are you going along to the video filming at the end of the month? I may see you there in Miranda de Cordovo. So Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys, obviously there. Isn't that incredible? It just turns into a kind of requiem mass halfway through, doesn't it? What an incredible tune. That's definitely Hall of Fame stuff. And then lesser known to me anyway, Midnight Oil coming up soon as well. Yes, sure, go ahead and share the picture. I will when the next music section is on. Good morning to you, Sarah, and thank you for that. Yes, and that request received, João Ernesto. And that should take us up to around 8:30 when Raquel and Nuno are joining us. Any questions for them? No, he's quite a big bloke. Okay, yes, so that's why he didn't get too much... Mickey taking, as we say in the UK, about his name. His brother Jeremy, who became a colonel. That's where Piers gets all his military expertise from. Later had a pub following in their father's tradition on Kensington High Street. Love Kensington. I grew up with my Saturday job in South Kensington, and many a time walking along South High Street Kensington, where there was an R-Price record shop near to the Town Hall end? I can't remember. No, yeah, we're fairly close on the right side of the road and opposite the big store there. What was that called? Barker's, was it called, Adrian? Did you grow up in London then? Very interesting. Tell us more about yourself, Adrian. Okay, and keep those comments brief. Sometimes you're blocking out the whole screen. Some people take that as a challenge, I think, to block out the whole screen. Perhaps if they don't like our guests, they send in massive... comments to put on the screen to block us all out. And thank you for your production feedback earlier as well. That was good, wasn't it, to get the music so you could actually hear it this morning. Okay, let's do that question then. We've got Portuguese citizenship test number 12, and the question being this morning, which hold on a minute, I can't even see this. I'm gonna have to blow it up a bit bigger. Where's the button for doing that? Here we go. What type of wine is Vinho Verde? Now bear in mind the words, the input of Sergio from Red Notes, the wine shop here in San Martino de Porto. I had a Vinho Verde wine last week, and he went to great pains to tell me that Vinho Verde is not a type of wine. It's actually a wine region. However, people do think of it interchangeably as a type of wine. It is primarily a DOC, and it is known as a type of wine, and that's how this question is formed this morning. So if you're thinking of types of wine, what would you normally think of as a Vinho Verde? Would it be a red? A, would it be B, a white or a rosé, or would it be C, a sparkling? Now, it's kind of a trick question because according to Sergio, it could be all three. I think all of those are made in the Vinho Verde region, but which is it most famous for? I suspect would have been a more technically accurate question, which is only one of those answers, I would humbly suggest. Okay, so make your guess at the Portugal Club. Free, of course, now, and I'll put the link to that. We are getting more people there. It's lovely to see more people at the Portugal Club, and I look forward to seeing more. So if you haven't joined us there, please do that. You can do that with the link that's on your screen now. Oh, thank you for the background on Johnny Hates Jazz as well. I can imagine how they got their name. Oh, and by Randy Now Andero, the artist formerly known as Prince, by Randy and Now Andero. Buzzcocks, Ever Fall in Love. I think we'll carry that forward to tomorrow because I'm not sure we're going to have enough time to play both Midnight Oil and Johnny Hates Jazz this morning. Also, over at the Portugal Club, thank you very much to Antonio F., who has the runners and riders for this year's Best Pastel de Nata Award. This year's finalists range from Sintra, Cluj, Amadora, Lisbon, of course, as you might expect, Ericeira, Damaya, I don't know where that is, Rio do Muro, as well as Castanheira de Ribatejo, and yes, mainly in Lisbon, it would appear. So those runners and riders for the Best Pastel de Nata of 2025 are over at the Portugal Club as well. The 12 finalists for the Best Pastel de Nata 25 are now known, and we'll tell you where you can try them. So I will also add that link to the chat because Antonio F. has very thoughtfully included that for us. So you can go and make your own judgment about the Best Pastel de Nata of 2025. Okay, back to the music. Midnight Oil, who I don't know very much, from the album Diesel and Dust. This is Dead Heart. Thank you, Mike, for this suggestion. Thank you very much indeed. Keep them coming.
Don't speak your tongue. White man can't talk everyone. He don't serve your country, don't serve your king. White man, listen to the songs we sing. White man can't talk everything.
Hearts the true country, and that cannot be stolen. We follow in the steps of our ancestry, and that cannot be broken. He don't serve your country, don't serve your king. Know your custom, don't speak your tongue. White man can't talk everyone. We don't need protection, don't need your hand. Keep your promise on where we stand. We'll listen, we'll understand. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Very good. Midnight Oil and The Dead Heart. I don't think it is a bit racist. Quite the opposite, in fact, from what Mel's telling us in the chat. And there's definitely a sound, is there not, to Australian bands? World Party, Crowded House, and Midnight Oil there. I'm hearing a similarity. Lots of great stuff in the chat. We'll have to come back and talk some more with you in the chat when Nuno and Raquel get us here. We just need to squeeze in another tune. Johnny Hates Jazz, Shattered Dreams. Let's play that now, and we'll welcome Raquel and Nuno after this, and we'll catch up with all your lovely contributions in the chat, as well as a new fashion tip. Actually, it has been a while since there's been a Good Morning Portugal Gumper fashion tip. We've got something brilliant for you today, and it doubles as security as well, so Nuno might be quite pleased to see this for people protecting their personal belongings while they're out and about as tourists, or just your daily business. Johnny Hates Jazz now anyway, and Shattered Dreams. Here we go. Thanks for this suggestion, João Ernesto do Norte up there in Ponte Lima. Very, very good. Thank you for that suggestion, João Ernesto. Johnny Hates Jazz and Shattered Dreams. Great to be able to listen in the mornings with the headphones on and really hear the production of what seemed like quite superficial pop tracks from the 80s. But then when you give them a good listen, they are very well made indeed. Thank you for that picture as well, Sarah Yerman. I'm guessing Stubble this morning in the dawn are giving gratitude this morning. That's an absolutely beautiful shot. However, it's time to welcome onto the screen and the stage Raquel and Nuno. So let me just press a couple of buttons to make sure the sound okay. Echo cancellation has been activated. Let's give them a nice big round of applause. Raquel, everybody, and Nuno, all up on the... Whoa! How you doing, guys?
How do I sound?
You sound great as ever.
Very well.
Yes, very well. Yes.
Yeah,
So
this thing mic.
it's a microphone, isn't it? Is it a new one? Is it your
No,
microphone of the
no,
month?
it's the same one, but that I never worked out how it functions properly. So now I'm just like a TV presenter. And now
Oh, I
we have
see your handheld. I see. Okay, very good.
it
All
has
right.
like this whole structure to hold it along like this, but
Yeah.
it never worked. So
Oh, okay. So you're going for the on the spot news reporter
yeah.
angle this morning, right? Well, how are you? Talking on the spot, what's going on from your point of view? What can you tell us as estrangeros here as we try to decode and understand Portuguese society at this incredible time in human history, Raquel?
What can I tell you? Well, is there the title that you sent us last night anywhere? And the-
About Ventura becoming president, perhaps that one.
yeah.
Right. It's not for the first time, though. To be fair, is it? He did try last time as well.
Yes, the real risk today is that he actually might pull it off.
Yes,
And
occurred to me.
the terrible thing for me is that as we've seen on this past immigration law, the president did have a stopper. You know, he was a stopper, although on the back of the Constitutional Court decision, but he
Mm.
did have a stopper. And that's not going to be there anymore. So it's never a good thing. You know, when I was in law school, one of the first things that actually Marcel taught me, because he was my teacher,
Was it
was
really?
yeah, he was
Wow.
in science of politics, was the goodness in separation of the various organs of sovereignty
Yes.
and the checks and balances, if you will, between the various organs. And if you have a majority like you have now in the parliament with such a strong force of Chega, and then you have a president that is the president of Chega, there's no checks and balances.
No, it would appear not. It would appear that is a little bit biased in favour of Shega, perhaps at that point.
So completely demands the whole point of having a semi-presidential regime.
Yes.
And let's hope that he doesn't try to change it into a full presidential regime, because he might just think to do that. So that, I mean, for the first time, I'm really, really worried, especially because I don't see any other fit competition.
Yes.
So damn.
Okay. Yeah. The emoji that you sent, a simple emoji to me in response to me sharing that news story, which just said everything, including your the negative reception. I might simply call it. And yes, just from a sort of the way a country is run point of view, I do like that idea. It's always been it looks like an interesting feature to me that you have a sort of presidential granddaddy who knocks the heads of the politicians together, right? And it doesn't always work out like that, does it? As we'll find out from Nuno, I suspect, in just a moment. But it's quite reassuring to know that there are the children. That's us, the voters. There are the parents who are the politicians, and then this granddad or grandma even, because is it Anna Gomes she was going last time?
Oh, I so wish that she would go for it this time. I mean, she would be perfect.
Yeah, well, as a
I would
little bit of
so
a check
wish
and balance.
that.
Yeah, okay. And that's quite a reassuring structure, isn't it? But it could be very different if everybody is quite partisan in terms of majority at every level of that situation. Let's say good morning to Nuno, who we've kept very quiet so far. Sorry, Nuno, to not give you an official and upbeat welcome. Good morning to you. Great to see you, mate. How are you?
Good morning, Carl. Good morning, Raquel. Good morning, dear community. I'm pretty well, actually. Thank you.
Good. I'm so glad to hear it. I think we know why. You've been able to spend some quality time with your daughters, right?
Yes,
Fantastic.
you're right.
Yeah. Same with Raquel. Raquel's been able to spend quality time with the kids for the last 3 months, I think.
And that's why I need a whole new vacation.
Very good. At a slightly different age to your children, your
And
daughters.
some antidepressants or something.
Okay, it's all about balance, isn't it? But Nuno, sounds like you've had a lovely time. They've been hanging out with you back in the country. How lovely.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And presumably you're back to work now. Are you, or are they still here and you're still hanging out and having fun? Despite being with us this morning.
The youngest will come back to Amsterdam today. So
Okay.
today I'll
Oh,
be enjoying the last hours here.
yeah. Oh, bless you.
But
Okay.
yeah, but in 2 weeks I'll be with them, visiting them
Oh,
also
cool.
there. So
Excellent.
yeah,
All right.
yeah,
Okay. Wonderful.
good times, good
Good,
times.
good time. Something
Don't
lovely.
forget your way home after Amsterdam.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Don't forget your way back home after Amsterdam.
That's
Oh
right.
no, for sure. I have my ticket to come back already. So
You might end up in the hills of Portugal, but then again, you are there every weekend, most weekends. Anyway, it's right, no. So yeah, for one reason or another, either dancing or with the Scouts, a home in the hills of Portugal. Absolutely.
yeah.
Right now, I'm a bit surprised to hear you say you're actually worried, Raquel, on this matter. Nuno, do you share those same concerns? Because I know you have a very sort of light-hearted view, and you often tell us not to worry too much about these matters. Are you still holding that view?
I may be wrong, okay,
Oh,
but I'm not worried at all.
good.
Okay, Ventura, he's just trying to promote himself.
Hmm.
Point. Once again.
Hmm.
So, and I'm not expecting that he wants that race at all. But I may be wrong. I may be wrong.
Yeah. Okay. And there he is. That was he. He was announcing. Actually, the whole thing had the tone of somebody promoting themselves, didn't they? Because it was like, I'm going to announce my inclusion for the presidency at 5. Okay, it's 5. I'm now announcing my. It's like it's publicity all the way, isn't it? It's like me. And I think
Yes.
we've got.
After the burger thing, you know.
Yes.
Yes. You are aware of that, Carl? The
I
burger
am,
thing.
but I'd love to. I'd love to unpack that with you. This might be his meme, right?
Hilarious.
Who do you think you are? Me. That's who I am. Right. So yes, last week this hamburger gate thing happened, didn't it? Because Marcelo,
Yeah.
brilliant to hear that one of your teachers at law school, Raquel, he was off to Germany to something called Burger Fest or something. So
Yes.
Andre was straight on it. This is a waste of taxpayers' money. The president going to eat burgers in Germany doesn't actually mean that, does it? In German,
No,
At
actually,
all.
I I am now returning in Duolingo in German, but even with just my 2 years of high school in German, I would know that that was not the meaning behind that Burger Fest. So, and it even has a connotation with the Portuguese word burgo. So it's like it's not that far off from the Portuguese meaning. So it was really uh well, I don't want to say like something that he would cut me off later, but it was too much excitement that he couldn't contain, and then he just. The thing is, I don't see anyone behind him or with him that would stop him from doing these crazy things. I don't see anyone, and one of the things is that if he ends up being a president, who the hell is going to be in Shiga? Because they're all,
that's true.
besides
Yeah.
of course being troublemakers and criminals and all of the sorts, but who who will be there to represent Shiga in a kind of a, at least a try it proper manner.
Yes. Well, we shall see. We shall see. And I'm gonna. No offense to you, Raquel, but I'm going to go with Nunu's hopes for this that it
Oh,
will just blow over and it'll be nothing to worry about.
I am
And yes,
so
Burger and Edinburgh or Edinburgh, of course. It means what place does it? What's the Portuguese word you mentioned?
Urgu. It's like village, it's like place or little town.
Yes, yeah. So it was a conference really of town planning or something like that, presumably, or a celebration of people and cities and places that Marcelo was going to in his last little while of being, or in his second term as well, of being president, as I understand it. So there will be a new president. Can you tell us? Can you decode for us? Because that's what it occurred to me. It's so helpful to have you here. You know, you have your professional expertise, but what I really love to do is talk to you about Portuguese culture as native Portuguese and help demystify it for us. Do you think the gentleman from the Navy, the overseer of the vaccination campaign, is he likely to become the president? Who are your picks for that, Raquel? Let's start with you.
I think now with Andre in the mix, it completely rocked the possibilities boat.
Okay.
Because unfortunately, I was really convinced. I mean, look at the competition, you know.
Yeah.
I was really convinced that everybody would go after the supposedly charisma, because it wasn't him; it was the whole team behind him, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the whole charisma, and that had another danger to me as a legal counsel mine, which is having someone from the military in a governmental position, especially as a president. We don't like that. That's a no-no ever since, you know, those 50 years that we were closed up.
Yes.
So that to me raised another red flag. Besides, I don't think that the gentleman, you know, okay, sir, has any charisma, has any you know, thought process, and I usually like that presidents are lawyers or jurists or something like that, so people that understand the judicial system, the laws, everything like that. And having someone in the military, Jesus, that's the, well, I don't know if it's the last one, because then Andre came up on the mix.
Yes.
But that's a no-no. That's a big no-no.
Right. Well, I don't know. Oh, I'm seeing here. Oh no, we've got Luís Marques Mendes. Any relation? He's another one who's I think in the presidential race, as far as I know. But that was 7 months ago.
That's why I say there's no competition, or there's a small competition.
Well, so basically, it's not just us foreigners are going. Who? Portuguese people themselves are saying.
Well, it's
who?
hard to see because
Right.
I'm being small. He's
Right.
very short. That's why we make fun of him. He's very short.
Oh, bless him.
But
Okay.
he's a very competent person, eh?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he has the strength of character, the strength of, you know, front face, all of that he needs. And it's kind of a tradition that since Marcelo, that everyone that had commenting positions on Sunday news would then become a president, because that's what happened to Marcel, and he does that as well. So he's a commentator on Sunday's news.
Okay.
And that's a great exposure for them, of course, you know, and it's a great exposure because they're not harming anyone. They're really friendly. They're just giving their opinion. They're just instructing and training the people and everywhere. But I am not sure that he has the charisma to really be accepted by everyone.
Okay, and as you say, he's standing on a box there, giving a press conference, possibly, and this is actually very helpful. Portugal Decoded, our friend George Branco. We've got they're mentioning Henrique Gouvier Melo, the naval man. And that's that. So I guess that changes things. If people share your sentiment that no, we don't want a Shager person, we don't want a military person, we want someone else. So that makes the opening for Luís Marques Mendes. But also, I notice here, and I didn't realise this so far. You've got Mariana Leitão from the Liberal or Iniciativa Liberal. And also, I didn't know she was going in for this, but Joana Amaral Dias, and she's another TV. Bringing a bit of glamour to the situation. Did you just
glamour? Oh, geez, Carl.
Terrifying.
Horrifying. Okay. Okay. So not fans, either of you, of Joana Amaral, then, who would be on the ADN ticket. Because that's a wild.
Gomes. Why does it not? Why doesn't she go ahead?
Okay. She might be forced to with yesterday's news. Okay, thank you very much for your demystification, decoding of the of the presidential race. I think we've got the local elections coming up in October, and I think the presidential is it in January? It goes into the new year possibly. But anyway, but in the next few months for sure. Interesting times for definitely. A little bit about your personal perspectives, your industries. Raquel, what's going on in the business building world? It's been a holiday, of course, but you're back to it now.
Yes, finally, yesterday I was able to stand up in my two legs and start working. And what I have in news, I have some strategy sessions that I have going on. I am going to have my Lighthouse alumni meeting on the 25th, which is something that's scares me to death, but it's something that's very close to my heart because it's like a showcase of some of the businesses that were powered by Lighthouse Consulting. And I think it's important for people to see that there is an end. So there is a possibility. There are people successful, that this is something that they can do. And in various areas. So I have people that have virtual offices and co-working spaces. I have a couple of clients that are performers. So in all kinds of places. And I think it's important for people to sometimes see the end result, see that this is possible, that it is possible to thrive. And it's just a very, very intimate get together. I'm expecting 20, 25 people the most. I hope this keeps to this. Because it's more of a round table kind of thing, like what were your biggest fears, what were the good things about having a business in Portugal. And I think these information will help other people that may be in their positions. So if this is a good thing, if I can pull this off, because I'm completely alone doing this, I'm like crazy. I'm not even thinking about this. But if this gets done, maybe I'll try to do something like a networking event every now and then between all of my clients and other people, because I have investors and I have partners. And I think it would be important to gather everyone up, because everybody has so much important information to share that I think it would be a great opportunity to network. And I love all of them. I mean, I love all my clients. So it's just going to be a great time.
Well, we count ourselves, me and Mrs. M, among your clients. We really, really loved being supported by you. Had a great meeting with you yesterday, which was a game changer. And anyone thinking of starting or running a business in Portugal needs that networking and support and that mastermind effect. So I wish you well with that. It's basically conference, a coming together of the people you've helped as a bit of a showcase.
Yes, just a small showcase, but just to tell anyone, yes, this is possible. You can do this. They did it. You can do it. It's fine.
Yes,
go on.
Very good. Okay, and anyone who's running a business in Portugal is a superhero. Hopefully, how about a presidential candidate from the business world, an entrepreneur? Because in my town, there's a definitely an atmosphere or a demand or a support for people who are running local businesses or have run local businesses, saying, look, we want to be the next president of the Junta de Freguesia here. We know how to run a business. How about we bring that approach to things? And that's could be a quite good kick up the pants of the whole Portuguese culture, right? To maybe be a bit more business-like and cut a bit of slack for the business people and not view them as such like a pariah. It's fine to take all their tax, but they're not very well represented in the governmental political sphere necessarily. Before we go into all of that, Nuno, I think you might agree with that. But anything from the world of insurance from you, Nuno, because I know we'll be talking more about this on the Dream Team with Expats Portugal this evening. If anyone wants to ask you some big questions about insurance, they can do that tonight. But any headlines from the insurance sector from you this morning?
Well, the sector of insurance, luckily, it's a very stable and predictable one.
Yes, good.
So contrary with the politicians that we have been talking about,
yes,
insurance is very predictable. So what I see every year, every day, is that an important part of our job is evangelizing people, because it's very easy to go deep on the comparing insurance premiums, and people don't make a clue what they are, paying for, and this is the key.
Right.
So a big part of our work is evangelizing people and teaching them about what are they paying for, what are the benefits that they may have, that all of us expect that we never need to
Yeah.
get these benefits, okay, of the insurance. But yes, and this is why I keep strongly believing that the insurance. I don't like the word business, but let's put the business on it. The insurance business must be a personal one.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. And you make it that
So
for sure, don't you? I mean,
yeah,
you're saying hello to people in the chat who know you on a personal level. This is a very human to human business that you run.
yes, because I just love technology. I love technology, but there are some points that we need to have the human contact, human touch. So I'm putting all the effort on that part of
Very
my
good.
business.
Well, I think that's why people love you and your team. We have Madalena with us as well from the team this
Yeah.
morning, joining us. Madalena Rodriguez, who some of you may know from dealing with insurance. And tonight, Expats Portugal's webinar is the top 7 places for expats to live in Portugal in 2026 revealed. That'll be not tonight, tomorrow evening.
Tomorrow.
Yes, I'm sorry if I panicked you, Nuno. I'm turning my cuarta into a quinta. And of course, the online town hall, the Dream Team in attendance, and EI representation there, who celebrated their 11th birthday yesterday. I saw a beautiful picture of some of the gals from EI, our friends over at EI. I think I've got it here. Happy birthday to you, 11 years. At EI. There's Gilda and some of the team members there. So that's fantastic. We'll do more celebrating tomorrow evening, I'm sure. Okay, a couple more things then I'd like to share with you. There was this personal security matter. There's soup, the tired horse soup as well. That I would like your view on, Raquel and Nuno. Maybe we go there first because there is the soup festival coming up in Alcobaça. There are soup festivals all over the country, aren't there?
The tired horse soup.
Yes, yes. So you know that as well. Did you have that as a child,
Oh,
Raquel?
Jesus Christ, no.
And we're going to find out why. Because it was pretty serious stuff, was it not? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm under 100 years old, right?
Oh yeah. No, okay, yeah. Sorry, I wasn't saying it because of that bit. I didn't realize that they'd. Sorry. I didn't realize it had died out. There are some mornings where I could eat this. Quite frankly, Nuno, tell us more about it. What is this?
Do you know what this is, Carl?
I have. If it's what I think it is, it'll be a soup from Alentejo. For children that had bread, red wine, and possibly beer in it. It's almost like it's the Bifana marinade, but it never got to have any meat in it. It was eaten as breakfast for tired children who presumably had been working on the land, and they're busy supporting their parents and grandparents with the family agriculture. Then they got to go to school, and to stay awake, they're given red wine first thing in the morning. Is that correct?
As if
It's
red
correct,
wine
but
makes
not
anyone stay
not only for children, also for adults. Because remember
That's
that
right.
we were and will be and we will yet are a poor country, but we were much poorer. And what they have in the country, wine and bread.
Wine and bread.
So
Yeah.
they take they took the breakfast with the ingredients that they have on those times. So
Very good.
yeah, they do this. So
Waste
you are right, Carl.
Waste not, want not. And I think we should do that. We should have probably a Sopos de Cavallo Cansado morning when a few of
Maybe
us.
not.
Okay, so you don't want to do that. That thing. Okay. So in these last few minutes, then, we occasionally do fashion tips, and I thought you might quite like this one, Raquel, because I could imagine seeing this in Cascais on the tourists. Nuno, I think you'll like the personal safety and security angle as an insurance man. What do you think about this new bag?
I'll skip my face second.
Right. This is what I think the Americans call a fanny pack. It's what British people call a bum bag. And you keep all your personal belongings. Ideal for tourists in Lisbon, in Cascais, right? You got your passport and your money in there, and it's just around your waist. Nobody's going to touch that on the tube, are they? When they get up close and personal to you on the metro, what do you think?
Well,
First,
Dumbfounded.
please go ahead, Raquel. Go ahead.
I was just saying that my oldest just bought. I was trying to see if it's anywhere here because I'm in her room. But she bought something like that, but without the belly button.
Yeah.
Actually, because the only thing she ever does is travel, apparently. And that is a really good thing because they really do keep the money and the passport and things with them. But this is about the most disgusting thing I have ever seen.
Okay,
I wonder if I bought like the last one, the darker one, and a top and a crop top, what would happen?
Yeah,
I would love to see that.
You could cause all sorts of problems, I think.
Sorry for interrupt you, Rolf, but this bag is an amazing excuse to a lot of people. It's just a bag.
And also, you could make a big mistake, couldn't you? You could go up to somebody and say, "Hey, I really like your new bag," and they look at and what new bag? It's actually their belly. So yeah. Sorry,
Jesus Christ.
Raquel, I saw you get very excited when you thought we were going to be talking about fashion tips.
Yeah, but
and then it
you
ended up.
disappoint me like this, Carl.
I'm sorry. I think a range of sizes and colors are available to suit every taste, every bad taste.
At least you would have one with the six-pack, and that would be interesting.
Exactly. Or a tattoo. You need a tattoo as well, don't you? You know, the don't walk on the grass tattoo or whatever you have in those piercings. Yes, exactly. Now you're getting into it. Right. Okay. We need to go now. Maybe a final tip then for our friends, the estrangeiros here, from our friends, our Portuguese friends, Raquel and Nuno, sending us off for another month to fend for ourselves in Portugal. What's your advice, Raquel?
Well, let me just give you this little pearl because yesterday I had this great meeting. I posted a video about the reason why Portuguese ask if you have had lunch or not, because we say good morning before we've had lunch and good afternoon after we've had lunch. And so by noon 30, 1 o'clock, it's a messy hour. So we always have to ask, have you had lunch? No. Oh, bom dia. Have you had lunch? Yes. Oh, okay. Boa tarde. And I just posted this video because, it is truthful, and Nuno can attest to that. We actually do this. We actually ask someone, "Have you had lunch?" No. Oh, okay, what time? And yesterday I had a meeting with a friend of mine, and she was saying your post was a lifesaver because for 2 years I had like this trainer going into my house, always asking us if we had lunch, and we never understood why he was doing that. Like if he was hungry, if he wanted something to eat, like if he wanted to know about our diets. And it turns out that 2 years later she understood that it was just to say good morning or good afternoon. So
this is the value, this is the service you offer to us for us. And you'll be proud of me because a friend of mine, Tom, called me up. He said "boa tarde," and I said, "Actually, it's still bon dia for me." And he said, "Oh, so you haven't eaten yet?" Some of us are up to speed on this.
Wow, you go, Carl.
Yeah, and even though it was on the phone, we were both nodding like, "Yeah, we are so Portuguese right now." Thank you for that. And so people can see that on your Instagram channel, can they, and share that with you? Very good. Thanks, Raquel, for being here this morning. Nuno, sending us out into Portugal for another month. What's your advice to us?
Well, my advice, and we are in the middle of September, is use sunscreen.
Oh, okay. Yes, of course. It's hot again, isn't it? Fire warning.
Yes.
In Central Portugal, it turns out. Yes.
Yesterday we had 35 degrees in Lisbon.
Amazing.
At least it was what my car has shown. And today the expectation is that the temperature will rise again. So
amazing.
Don't forget of the sunscreen.
Just because the kids have gone back to school doesn't mean summer's over. This might go on to October, November.
Maybe it's just started.
Maybe. What a lovely way of looking at it. Follow Raquel on Instagram, Lighthouse Consulting, right? To find you
Yes,
there. Very good.
Raquel at Lighthouse Consulting, and YouTube channel, and TikTok, and all of those.
Very good. And Madalena and Nuno can be found at winsurance.pt and also on the Dream Team session tomorrow evening, quinta-feira. Definitely a boa noite. Boa tarde, boa noite, not bon dia, tomorrow night, 7:30 for the webinar and 9 o'clock for the Dream Team session. Thank you both. One quick look again to visualize yourselves in one of these. Jim White's definitely up for it. Where can I get one? And also, we've got Adrian requesting the bigger beer belly special version for probably keeping your cagoule and other luggage in when you're traveling. What an excellent idea. Thank you so much to the pair of you. We will see you. Abraços, beijinhos. Até já, até já, até já. Até a próxima.
In Portugal, there's a YouTube